Hello everybody, my name's Michael, and this is my 2017 Fiat Abarth, and I wasn't planning on making any videos about it, but there's not too many out there on YouTube, and a lot of people seem to be interested in my car. I know that Valley Crew, those guys make some videos about Bonini's Fiat Abarth, but they respectfully make, bunch of other videos on the rest of the cars that they have in their crew as well, and there's not too many videos about these cars out there, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about mine. And I'm not going to cut or edit the video, we're just going to talk about it a little bit. So this is a 2017 Fiat Abarth. I'm going to step outside of it. Mine came with about 10,000 miles on it. This is its current state and what it looks like now. I've gotten a few things done to it. Get my hand out of the way. Let's see. It's wide-bodied, sort of. It's got fender flares on it, and it's got rotiform lasers. I have suspension done to it, a few different suspension modifications underneath. It is on VMAX coilovers right now, and yes, there's my license plate. Come rob me. Let's see. I've got a bunch of aesthetic stuff done to it as well. We've got a front lip on it. We have eyelids. We have a front badge. Well, different front badge and rear badge and side badge overlays. They're all over the car. This car's got its Abarth badge plastered all over it from the factory. And yes, I know it's yellow. It's covered in a bunch of pollen right now because I live in Tennessee. And those suckers up there just keep dumping pollen down on my car. I smashed the front grille in. It's not smashed anymore. I used to have a light bar in it, so I pulled the light bar out recently for car shows and replaced it with a nice OEM factory grille. Like I said, Tennessee. That lip is actually off of a Honda Civic, surprisingly, and I kind of molded it and shaped it to work on my car. This car's been through quite the journey. I used to have 3-piece wheels on it, and now I've got some rotiform lasers on the car. And the 3-piece wheels that I had completely baconed my fenders. And I know I'll get a lot of comments asking about that. They were completely trashed. You can still see some waving right here from where the fenders were messed up, but they are now welded and sealed shut and cut. And this car is very, very wide now, and I can barely make it through a drive-through with it now, even though it is a Fiat. It's got some custom tailpipes on it that are kind of kinked out to the side. I've got a 500 speed labs diffuser on it, which I really, really like compared to the stock one, which was very dinky and kind of crappy. I had one of my buddies, Patrick, his Instagram is @thefakepatwhite. He also has a Fiat, and he makes these spoilers, or these like spoiler add-ons, so he made me one. Got some little carbon vortex generators on it. Yes, shout out to my Subi boys. Little stubby antenna on it. A few stickers here and there. Brushed aluminum door handles. Interior's pretty much stock. I did a full chrome delete on the car, so no more chrome in the little air vents or around the radio controls or anything like that, or the door handles. They still look kind of like a toilet bowl handle, but they are now black. And I've got a likewise shift knob, which I'm in love with. It's very nice. Short shifter is also on it. And let's see, we can pop the hood, show you guys inside of the car. And I know these cars don't get too much love in the car community, but I like doing unique stuff. And surprisingly, there's a pretty good amount of room in here compared to what most people, say about these cars not having much space. I mean, I wouldn't want to sit back here for, more than 10 minutes, but I mean, it's not too terrible. It's not too bad to sit back there. We'll pop the hood. I'll show you guys what's under the hood. This car currently has the upgraded turbo core from Euro Compulsion in it, so it makes a good bit of power with its full bolt-ons. See if we can do this with one hand. Okay, hold on. Beautiful. So this is what she looks like under the hood. makes around 290 to 300 horsepower, depending if I'm mixing fuel to run E30 or just 93 around here that I get in the area. And yes, we do get 93 around here. We're not like them California boys that only get 91. I love you guys. But she's got AEM cold air intake, filter wears, protection filter. This actually keeps water from going through it. It's hydrophobic. 500 Madness polished turbo bracket, PTP turbo blanket, upgraded turbo core, blow-off valve, breather filters, road race tuner that's not plugged in because I'm running Euro Compulsion's stage 3 tune, so I don't need it. But I mean, it was $650, so it's gonna stay there. Boost leak fix down there, a bunch of stuff cleared out, no stock air box. Oh, and heat wrapped decatted downpipe is also hiding down there. Anodized oil cap on it, cut through the shroud or the cowl, so I would get some nice turbo noises and so that the air intake could breathe a little bit better. And I just spend most of my time with this car kind of cleaning up all the unnecessary, just random crap off of it that it didn't really need to make it look the way that I want to. I'm closing the hood right now again. Actually, you know what? I can leave it open. Just so it looks pretty. This car used to rub really bad with the tires, but it doesn't rub that bad anymore. We've got some decent meats on it. Federal 595s. These wheels, these rotiform lasers are 9.5 or 9 inches wide. Sorry, 9 inches wide with 205 by 40 R17 595 super steels on them from Federal. And I am running some spacers. Yes, I know it's lame. I'm not a hot boy anymore with my 3-piece wheels, but I mean, they line up pretty well. Not bad for as far as fitment regards. This is also aftermarket, those little side blinkers. Rear's not bad. This, for some reason, this side, this fender goes out a little bit further. I mean, it's still okay. It still sits pretty flush, but it's not as perfect as this side is. It might just be because I'm sitting on a hill. And I'm on Coney shocks in the rear with adjustable springs because this car doesn't have like a true coilover system like a lot of cars do nowadays, and it's a solid rear axle, meaning that both of the wheels on the car and the wheel hubs, they're connected together as one piece. It's not independent suspension, so they're kind of tied together, so they move together. They're not separate. And as far as the front is separate, so they can move freely, and I can adjust everything how I want and fix ride height, mess with anything how I want to kind of adjust it. But the rear is a solid rear axle, which sucks, and I didn't know that when I was buying the car. Sad me. And I wasn't used to that because I did come so much pollen in the air. I did come from owning a Mazda Miata that was completely independent in the rear, and now I have to deal with having a solid rear axle. So that kind of sucks. But this car's fun, makes a lot of cool noises, a lot of turbo flutter, has a blow-off valve, so you do get that dumping or psh noise every time you shift. And it's a fun little car to drive. I mean, it's a lot more fun, in my opinion, than the Miata that I had, even though I loved it. But this car, it gives you that little bit extra, just a little bit extra, just because of all the turbo noise that you get out of it. And hoping to get it into some shows sooner or later. I'm part of my little withdrawn Legion crew here in Chattanooga. Shout out to those guys. I know they will always give me a lot of love. Those guys are very cool. You can check those guys out on Instagram as well. But that's pretty much it. This car, I paint corrected it recently. Spent a lot of time polishing the crap out of it and getting it paint corrected. A good bit of room in the trunk. My special COVID-19 Corona kit back here. Not really. Seats fold down as well, so you got a good bit of room back here. So, I don't know. I didn't mean to make this a boring car review or anything like that, but there's not a lot of videos out there about Fiats or Abarths, so I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about it. This car does do 0 to 60 in like 4.4, 4.6 seconds on average. It runs about 20 psi of boost. So, I mean, for a car that weighs only, what, 2,500 pounds, something like that, for these. I'm not exactly sure, don't quote me on that. You know, it's enough to make it scoot. You make it scoot your boot, boy. Sorry, it's the people around here rubbing off on me. I've grown up here, I've lived here my whole life, I'm used to it. So don't quote me on that either. But it's a good car. I love it. Give you guys a last little walk around, and if you guys want me to make more videos on it, or make some driving videos, or maybe some rollers, or you know, have some people take photos of it, or whatever you guys want me to talk about, just let me know in the comments. Give me your hate, give me your love, give me whatever extra you want, and we'll make some videos about it and talk about it, or maybe even some installation videos. I can make some videos installing car parts on it, and you guys can tell me what you want to see, what I should get for it. I mean, power-wise and everything under the hood, I mean, I've pretty much already done everything. I mean, we could do like a oil catch can on it, or maybe like a lightweight pulley or something. I have been meaning to swap out the Torque Motorsports springs, the valve springs in the car. Those should get swapped out soon. So, need to save up for those sooner or later. But right now it runs pretty dang well, and I'm happy with it. So, I don't know. You guys let me know. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.